Hey, welcome back to another Let Loose Dog Talk. Hey, tonight we got a special guest, man. New upcomer breeder. Uh, he got good things that he's bringing to the dog game. We got Roberto Samaniega from Brown Label. How's it going,
Hey,
Roberto?
hey, what's up, Dennis? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, brother. How's everything with you?
Good, good. Just here, man, doing chores earlier, but now we're here.
Hey, that's what it is, right? We gotta attend these dogs before, man. Same thing, man. I got home and man, I started running to, attend the dogs before I jumped in this. And hey, we do what we gotta do, right?
What do you do for work, bro?
I work for a linen company, bro.
Okay.
So we deliver to like restaurants, hospitals, hotels, and stuff like that. So
That's not bad.
yeah, and Gam. Oh, there he is.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah,
How are
Gam
you?
Gam
Welcome.
he does the same
Good,
thing
thank you, thank you.
as I do, So we're both in the same industry from
Okay.
work. Yeah. What
You
do you
guys both
do
in
now?
Cali?
Yeah, in Cali, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard
Yeah, I
of
mean,
In and Out Burger?
yeah.
Okay, so my company does all their uniforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What up, Sykes?
What's
What up,
going
Michael?
on?
What do you do, Roberto, for a living? I know you were in the military,
Michael,
but
what's
I,
up?
I'm still in the military right now. I'll get out in January.
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a break from that for now, but
There you go.
um, see where life takes me for a while.
All right. But you got plans like what, after the
Yeah, yeah,
military, what you plan to do?
I'm gonna go back to school. I'm trying to get another degree. Right now, I have a bachelor's degree in business, and then I'll probably either continue that or get the master's, or if not, try something new. But
Oh, that's what's up. That's cool, brother.
got you
So,
in the books.
hey, for the audience, Roberto, since we got American Bulldog breeders here and other breeds, hey, bro, introduce yourself. Say what you breed, what kind of dogs you have, and we'll go from there.
Okay. What's up, guys? So my name is Roberto. From Brown Label Oldies. Um, like I was telling Dennis and Gam right now, I'm currently in the military. Gonna transition out soon. Um, I got my first oldie back in 2016 from Craigslist for like 600 bucks. So you could probably imagine how that dog was. Um, at that point, I mean, I didn't know what an oldie was. Like, oh,
Yeah,
I was looking for an English bulldog. To be honest, I was looking for an English bulldog, and then like, oh, old English bulldogs. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go see what's up. And yeah, that's when I got my first oldie. Believe it or not, two I had two litters of American bullies. I had some American bullies as well. Um, but around that time, to be honest, I had just gotten out of school. Um, I was just drinking, partying. My head wasn't where it was supposed to be,
yeah.
So I was renting. I mean, nothing wrong with renting, but now you run into, hey, you can't have two dogs. You can have this breed. So I let all that go. And I just decided to take a step back on everything. Right now, I mean, I got some oldies, Oso and Chanel, both from Bulky Builds, from Chris and Gina. Shout out to them. Um, they have the style that the direction I want to move forward with. So that's where we're starting.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I've seen also in person at the Beast. Yeah, pretty big boy. Impressive. Um, what from all the breeders, what made you reach out to them? If it's the look of the dog or what they breed for?
It's a little bit of both, right? It's mainly kind of the same direction that I want to go to with the oldies, right? As you've seen also, I mean, he's a little bit big for the standard of the oldie, how we have it right now. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to look forward to, right? At the end of the day, right? how to instruct as long as everything follows the guidelines and stuff. That's what I'm looking for. Definitely, um, Chris and Gina definitely had the not not like the vision, but the actual direction that I'm trying to go. So that's why I decided to go.
Okay, nice. Um, did you buy also first, or you bought a Chanel at first?
I bought also first, back in like in 2023 or 22, I don't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, I bought him as a puppy. Um, I saw the Boy George and Blue Dream from them, the parents, and they were big. They were nice big dogs. Um, they have some like bull force in there and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it was definitely that direction I was wanted to go to, and then probably like 2 years ago, um, Chanel. I got Chanel from them.
Did you get her as a pup, or she was
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. She
yeah?
was a puppy too.
Okay, cool.
Um, so, but it was more. She hits more of the boxes, more of the standard. Um, very well structured. Of course, the type is there.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but
All right. And brown label, bro. Is there a meaning to it? Is there something specific? Maybe touches home and stuff, or
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm Mexican, right? I'm Hispanic,
mhm,
so that's why I decided to go with just brown, and then label is more, for the future, right? It's more of a um
a
like
branding?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a brand, right? At that point, um, as you saw, I've been doing some shirts, some designer shirts too. So I want to incorporate everything in there. Um, so I just wanted like to make it into something into a label pretty much.
Oh, for sure, bro. Trying to pull up some of your stuff right now so the audience could see. And but let them know where can they find you, bro? If
So
they want to buy some stuff from you.
yeah, so breeding wise, I don't have anything yet. That'll be later in the future next year. Um, but I have social media, right? Facebook, Roberto Samaniego, Brown Label. Um, Also on Instagram, I'm on there, Bobby.Samaniego. If you guys are interested in anything, you guys should hit me up through there. I will definitely I'm always on social media for the most part if I'm not at work. So if you guys have any questions or anything, the clothing line is brownlabel.store. I'll be dropping more stuff in there, but for now I just got my oldie merch in there.
Nice, nice, bro. And I'm gonna show a picture of one of the shirts. I believe I think you have in your
Mhm.
store, but you're holding also so people could see this beast of a dog.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right.
S- So that one I don't have that one on the store. That one I made just mainly for me, like more for
Okay.
me. Um, One, just because I mean it has the cholas in there,
Yeah.
almost. Um, but and then also the picture of also, because to be honest, now that I'm like designing shirts and stuff, you have to make it neutral for everybody.
Yeah,
One that
definitely.
means not everybody's a fan of also or big dogs or stuff like that, or the females that I have there. So you have to find something that's like just in between both.
Yeah, no, definitely. And why you think people are not a fan of Oso? Is it because of he doesn't fall in that category of the standard, or it's just he looks
Uh,
different?
it's definitely a little bit of both. I mean, um, yes, he's not really up to the standard. If you want to get too like technical with it, right? Technically,
Yeah.
he could qualify because it says height and weight are like it's not recommended, but it's not discouraged, as long as it's proportion, which
Hmm.
he is, But a lot of people, he is heavy on the AB side, right? I mean, you've seen him,
Yeah.
um, but technically, like if you want to get into the technicality of it, yes, he falls into it, but he is bigger compared to most.
Yeah, definitely.
And I understand, like some people, especially in the dog show community, they like what they like, right? What they have, so
Correct.
I don't blame them. Everybody's gonna have different opinions and stuff. At the end of the day, like I said it before, like I'm still gonna be on dog shows, like
Yeah.
that's just me. I don't go just for the shows. I go to network. I go to communicate with people. Like it's more it's more to dog shows than just showing the dog. Yes, you want to go in there and win. That's the goal. But at the same time, you don't like, hey man, at least you go network and all that stuff.
Yeah, no,
Um,
no, and I think that's what it is all about because whether they see also, and like you said, he might not be, like they say, oh, he doesn't fall under the standard to be showing and stuff, but somebody else might be like, hey, this is a great tool that's gonna help my program because I'm lacking size, head, bone, whatever it is, and I think a lot of the shows bring that to the table, to network and really see dogs in person, because you see a lot of dogs online, and I'm one of those persons that like to put my hands on dogs, you know, because videos and pictures sometimes don't do justice to the dogs.
Yeah, the main part is just getting out there, right? Like talking to people, getting out there, seeing dogs.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
and that's what originally dog shows were for, to evaluate breeding stock. So yes, I mean, like I said, some people are not fond of me showing them and stuff like that. But it's like you said, right? Like, okay, does this dog have something that could help my dog, right? Because to be honest, I mean, if you put two champions and two champions together, they're probably not gonna produce a champion.
True.
Like not for like maybe one or two of the pups, maybe, but it's not gonna be always guaranteed. So how I like to see it is what can this dog um do to my program? How can it better my program, or and not really better, but if you're lacking on rear, you're lacking on the head, whatever you want to improve, you gotta see, does this dog help me, right? Like, but I just feel sometimes people get too lost on like the ribbons and all that. Like I said, it's nice, right? You go in there because you want to win. At the same time, is the main purpose to go to a show is to look at the breeding stock, in my opinion.
Hmm.
You network, and like just have fun, man.
No, definitely. Yeah. The beast for me was one of those places to network. I met different people that I've seen online and stuff, but met people there that definitely, would do business in the future with, same thing with them. They were able to meet me and, they said, hey, Dennis, maybe down the future we could work something out. I might use one of your dogs. I'm like, hey, that's what it's all about. What's up, Remarco?
Marco.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Nice.
bro. No, definitely. So it's Chanel and also a pairing you're gonna do in the future, or
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna throw him in there. Probably the end of the year. I was just waiting to see how she matured and stuff. She comes from a good bloodline, right? Um, she's more to the standard, right? So she'll be able to hopefully complement also with it where he lacks more of the structure a bit. So hopefully we get some of that to get fixed. um with also, I mean, he ain't perfect, right? His bite's not perfect.
yeah,
I don't hide it. I feel like there's other qualities that he brings into the table. I think the benefits outweigh the risks, in my opinion. So in this case, that's why I'm trying to bring also and Chanel together to correct some of that, and at the same time bring a little bit of size, nothing crazy, right? But like I said, that's where I'm trying to go to through the standard, but I like them a little bit more stocky, more you
yeah,
know
for sure.
um at the end of the day, they're bulldogs, right? They have, yes, all these are meant to be athletic and all that stuff, right? But at the same time, I mean, it has bulldog in them, like that ain't leaving.
Yeah, no, for sure. Um,
Is she what's her name? Chanel? That's the female.
Hmm.
Is she a F1 or is she an oldie?
No, she's an oldie.
also it's a F1, right?
Oh, okay.
He's a F2.
F2. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Chanel's an oldie. She's from Rolls Royce and Winnie. But yeah, she's oldie. She's as pure as it gets, I would say. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. Hey, and our condolences to Chris and Gina. I know they just lost Rolls Royce, so hey, you know how that feels when you lose a good dog and stuff, and especially when he's close to one another.
pretty good producer. I mean, he produced nothing but good dogs out there. So I'm blessed to have Chanel off him. Cause yeah, he definitely brought a lot of stuff to the oldie community. He contributed a lot.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know if anybody had
RIP.
any recent pups out of him. I know here in the West Coast, Richard from Dog Pound had a litter of Rolls Royce, and yeah, those puppies are pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah, he produces nice dogs. So I mean, like I said, unfortunately, yeah, he's gone, but I mean, he left some legacy in there for sure. So
Definitely, yeah. That's right. How do your dogs do, Roberto? There in Florida. What part of Florida are you in?
Pensacola, so it's northwest.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so it's
Okay.
humid. It's hot, of course, but I actually have them on a big setup in the back. I built the shed for them with AC.
okay,
They have
cool.
the dog door so they could come in and out however they want. Right now I only
I
have
seen
also
that
in
yesterday.
Chanel.
It's a pretty cool
Y-
setup.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, and I built all that. I'm like I said, I'm Mexican, man. I don't like paying people to come do stuff for me. Like that's a waste of money. And I learned too. So yeah, I built the shed. I put up the fence from, like I said, I have those dog doors with the flaps, so they go in and out as they like during the day. Um, I have them trained well, so I don't have to worry about them like fighting with each other, stuff like that. That's one of the main things that when I got back into the dogs in general, my wife's like, "Hey, you better train them."
Yeah,
Like they ain't gonna be no aggressive dog, none of that, and they're not. I mean, Chanel likes to jump. She's a little bit more hyper. Also just looks mean, but for the most part, I mean, you've seen him.
yeah,
He's got great temperament. But yeah, I have them on the AC. So like I said, if they're hot, they're not down. They go back inside. Even if I'm outside, they go back inside.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Always water on them. But the crazy part too is like down here, since it's very humid, also used to get like bad allergies and start losing his skin a little bit, his coat. Um, but I was able to manage that. Of course, most of it has to do also with the food that you gave him and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I was able
definitely.
to find like the good medium. He kind of lost a little bit, little patch, but it was nothing compared to how he normally does. Just because it's so humid, it's I don't know, just crazy, man.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
no, for sure.
I saw an oldie too. I don't remember whose it was that passed away too because of the like a heat stroke or something. I'm like, yeah, the heat is no joke. The heat is no joke.
Yeah, it's not that dog Moose, right? Because I think Moose something
Yeah, it
happened to him, like
happens
a
fast.
a bee stung them or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
right.
Moose. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I don't remember
he
what
was a
happened to
beast
him.
thing.
Yeah, it was a bee sting with him,
Yeah,
and I
he
mean
just
stuff
said it
like
was
that.
a beast thing.
I mean crazy stuff like that happens. But I wasn't. I don't remember who it was, but yeah, it was definitely also for like a heat stroke. Like he was out playing, and then I guess he was he didn't know when to stop. But yeah, man.
Yeah,
Regardless, bulldogs or not, you gotta watch out for your dogs, especially in hotter temperature areas for sure.
definitely. And I think in the previous podcast we brought that up that sometimes I feel some dogs, lack that mentality, you know, I don't want to say they're not smart, but for them to learn, like, okay, that's it. I get it. They got that drive and instinct. But at the same time, yeah, there's some dogs that will kill themselves just going for it. But I like a dog that likes to think for himself too. If I feel that, hey, your dog, he's pushing himself so hard, all right, stop. Let me cool down, and then But there's some dogs that don't, and that's a big thing. I was trying to pull up a picture right now. When you said allergies, and I've used this before in the past, and it's worked great for me. It's a like a antifungal. Man, they sell it at Tractor Supply, and man, it does wonderfuls. If I find that picture, I'll put it up there, man.
Is it
Especially
the like
like,
the moose or now?
no, it's for horses.
Oh, the yeah, yeah. It's like a
You know,
green bottle, like a green liquid.
yeah.
It's a
So
weird
yeah,
one, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so
That
I
has
used
worked.
to use that one, but before I built him the shed, he was inside the house.
Oh, okay.
And that stinks up and
Yeah.
stains and um but as crazy as it is, bro, I changed them to the salmon and sweet potato from Sam's, like forty
Okay.
dollar
Yeah. Yeah.
bag, not nothing
Yeah.
crazy. Um and that helped them out pretty good. Like helped them out pretty good. Like I said, normally by this time he's already like very spotty and everything, and this year he's been solid like with that food. I mean, um, but
Yeah.
I do put like a mousse. It's like a S7 mousse or something like that. But it's also an antifungal. So you bathe him and stuff, and then once he dries, it's like a mousse, and you just put it around his body. And that one helps out too. But I might go back to if it gets bad, I'll go probably back to the horse one.
Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
like called like STG or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Man, I got so many pictures, and my wife always says, "Why you don't organize your pictures, man?" I just got thousands, millions of pictures of dogs there, and so. But if I find it, yeah, I'll put it up. Um,
No.
you're planning to go to the beast? Well, you have to go to the beast because you
I
gotta.
kind of have to. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got the trophy in there.
yeah,
Gina's like, hey, make sure you don't, because Chanel should go into heat like
You
around
know, so
September. So she's like, hey, you better not fuck it up, like. And I'll be there, even if she goes into heat, I'll leave her back if I need to. I did get a booth out there, but I'll definitely show up. I haven't done any dog shows to be honest, um, just with all the drama from the nationals and stuff, people didn't like it, right? So I'm just giving them their space, like hey, I understand what they're coming from, and I understand what
yeah.
they're coming from, but um, I'm giving them their space and stuff, doing my thing, and so that'll be probably the first and maybe the last show I take also. To be honest, I mean, I don't put him in the sanctioned shows at the beast. It's too many oldies and stuff for. I don't like the drama, what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I'll put them in where shows where they don't have much oldies, just to have the exposure. But where there's a good oldie turnout, there's no need for me to actually put them in the sanction show. Just the beast and
yeah. No,
but
and respect to you, Roberto, because like you said, not every dog is perfect. Every dog has their flaws, and like you said, some people also is not their cup of tea and stuff, and it is what it is. You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. It is what it is. Um, but no, respect for that, man, because we're not afraid to
yeah,
show him and show
yeah, it's
his
gonna be
flaws.
like that regardless.
Yep.
and that's it. I mean, I don't know too much about like the American
Somebody's
bulldog
always gonna have
or
something to say.
I was gonna say like I don't know how the community is with y'all, but at least over here like they have it's weird that everybody has like their own little groups and stuff, and as crazy as it seems, if one person not cool with it, like well hey well this dog ain't it no more. When like dude, you were showing me love not too long ago, and it is what it is, I mean I I personally don't let other people decide on what I like and what I don't like. For me, it's more, of course, in the future, it will be. what can that dog help me, what can it bring to the table, right?
Yeah.
um it's not necessarily like, hey, even just for the record, I mean, I don't hate nobody, like, I don't got beef with nobody. But let's say, example, if I didn't like somebody, but they have a cool ass dog that, hey, he produces a nice rear and I need it or whatever, I'm gonna reach out, like, hey, like your dog has what I need, what I'm looking for. And that's how it should be, like all this high school thing, like, man, like we grown people
Yeah.
and like to be doing stuff like that,
Yeah, no, I think in any breed, bro, there's always drama. Is American Bulldogs too. There's people that will talk crap and stuff, and it is what it is. And there's a lot of keyboard warriors, because they won't show up, and to a dog show, be like, all right, you saying my dogs are crap, but you never expose your dogs. Bring them up, let's put them up, side by side, and see
Yeah.
what happens. But at the same
Yeah.
time,
Or
like
we're
you
never
said,
at the same show.
yeah, like you said, hey, even if we dislike each other, if he has a dog that is nice, I will comment on his post like, hey, nice dog, showing them like, hey, this is a pretty cool dog. I don't hate you. That word, it's crazy to throw out there, man. And then
absolutely.
these are dogs, right? It's a
take
hobby. We
take
like
it
it,
down a
bro.
little bit. Yes, take it down a little bit. It's not that serious,
Yeah.
like it's like you said, they're dogs. At the end of the day, like, oh well, you shouldn't be bringing them. Like now, like if your dog wins, not supposed to win. Now I lose money. Like, have you taken consideration that I'm putting money into it too, knowing that he he won't probably win, but like, again, I go to shows for a different purpose. People go there to get the wins and stuff. Like, it's a goal, right? You want to go in there win, but at the same time is, let me go look at other dogs. Let other people look at my dog. Let me go network with people. But
Yeah.
people just forget that, and it's like you said, they're just dogs. Like,
Yeah, bro. It ain't, like we're
Yeah.
competing kids versus your kids versus my kid. And, you know, at the end of the day, hey, man, they're dogs, you know. And it's crazy because, it could get pretty ugly, especially, online. Social media, man, will explode on, and people like drama. They like drama. They man, that's what they want to see, and it's crazy.
yeah, I mean, after the nationals,
Yeah. It's crazy. It's kind
definitely.
of entertaining though. But
Yeah, definitely. Like after nationals, like there was some pictures, of course. They caught my boy also off guard, and he wasn't like looking good, and this is who I'm best man, and this I'm like, man. Well, first of all, I mean, you caught him on a bad timing, like, and you can catch dogs everywhere on a bad time. At the
Yeah,
end of the
it's
day,
a bad
dog
angle.
shows,
Yeah.
and dude, I was like really, like, why are you guys exposing stuff like this, like? For me, I think it talks more about that person than you. Like, this is the type of person this guy is, or this female is, for exposing this and that. Like, I don't know. It's just dirty, in my opinion. And like you said, I mean, some people like it. Some people like to.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro. And I feel it's like, okay, you posted that bad picture of him. Okay, post a good picture where he's stacking and he's next to anybody else. Then maybe there you could break both dogs or three dogs, whatever, how many dogs were in the ring, and you could say, okay, well, this dog has a better angulation, better top line, whatever, you know, the head goes to the standard, whatever it is. Maybe he likes this, but overall, you're not gonna tell me the dog is this piece of crap, just because you posted a bad picture of him and stuff. And
And that's how, like I said, goes back into the little groups. Like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's bash them. Yeah, yeah. This dog, this, that. I'm like, man, I'm like, and for me, like, I go to the shows, like I said, to have fun, to network. I could care less, to be honest, if somebody else's win. Like, that could be, I lack something on my part showing my dogs, or plain and simple, that dog was. There's always gonna be a dog better than you, just like a human. There's always somebody better than
Correct.
you. But for me, not that pissed me off, bro. But this, I'm not gonna mention names or anything. But this individual, right? Um, they showed, and they're like, I'm not gonna go too into it, but like, dude, like your dog has just as a DQ as my dog, a fault that's as my dog. Like
Yeah.
the only reason you're upset is because it didn't win, and it's like really like you if you're really serious about the breed and stuff like that, like how you claim you are, then why are you showing your dog that has this thing that's not supposed to be showing? All right. And like I said, for me, I could care less. I'm gonna show. I go in there to have fun and stuff like that. And if they tell me, hey, your dog's not it, my dog's not it. You go back to the drawing board and you go again.
Yeah, no, definitely. Um, do you think that, let's say, they talk so much crap on also, is it because where he's coming from, like who bred the dog? Because if it was, let's say, not a known breeder and you had the dog and you brought him, you think people, instead of criticizing, and should would have came to you and helped you out and be like, hey bro, you know what, maybe your dog doesn't fall into a standard, he's a great tool and he will help with this. What do you think, that it was just more because of the people that bred the dog
Oh,
that they came
absolutely.
after him?
Absolutely, bro. When I first started posting him, I wouldn't put where he came from, right? I would just put also. Also, people loved him, on even on the oldie page, like he will get thousands of likes and stuff like that, right? Um, Little by little, I started. Once he was blowing up, I started giving credit where he
Where he's
came from,
due.
right? Because
Yeah.
that's just respect.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, hey, where did you get him from? Hey, nice dog, where did you get him from? And for me, I mean, I always point him the direction where I got him, and little by little, I think when I started showing him and he started winning, that's when people like, oh well, first, if it would have been mine directly or maybe somebody, nobody, um, I would have probably been all right. But just because they came from this specific group, I want to say that's when I started seeing the trend of hate towards him. It's
Mm.
like damn man, like it be like that, like
Yeah.
it's like
That's usually how it goes. And that goes like both ways because you see a group of people doing stuff and everybody will be like, oh, that's awesome. There goes kudos to them. But it's like, damn, I just seen somebody do that 3 weeks ago and they were like, boo, you guys shouldn't do that. But then the people
Yeah.
that the popular group does it and you're like, wow, you guys are so innovative. And it's like, nah, you just like them. That's why it's okay. And on the other end, like you're saying, you just dislike them and that's your ex, or you don't mess with them, or you got into a fight with them, or
or they don't or they
something
don't
Or
get
like
you're
that.
dog
low
shit,
key in
they
love with
don't.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, or you low key love that person still, or right, or you did, yeah, or you had a like some kind of spat or something, right? And some of these things like newer people get caught up in is like stuff that happened way before. Like, dang, I didn't even know nothing about this, and we brought this up like right away. People are like, oh, you associate with who? Cool, blocked you. I'm not gonna, or I like your pictures, and then I find out you tag somebody, and they're like, ah, nah, never mind, never mind. We don't want you no
Story
more.
of
And
my life, man.
Yeah,
Story
it's
of my
happened to
life.
yeah,
Gam.
see, but yeah, it happened to me too. Like I'm like, why is people on block for these people? I didn't even know, and it was because of Dennis and vice versa. Me writing
Yeah.
has always been, yeah, Steve. That's where it goes to, and sometimes like that plays a part, and I think not just in dogs, that happens like in everything,
Yeah.
right? But then these people, like you said, too much of that. Yeah, and that
Yeah.
happens, and it's hard to like navigate. But I think it's just best that, like you say, you do your thing. Hey, whatever, that's fine. I think you got a lot of exposure because of that. I think
Yeah.
probably if it wasn't for that,
I think
probably
now,
not a lot of people would have known. Also, because that's how I seen you. I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on? So now I'm like, I'm interested. I'm vested in this, right? And that's what kind of I know we've done in the past. If you watch this, we did a lot. We started talking more about oldies and F1s, and honestly, that was kind of like we seen that it was a bigger thing, and they were like, oh well, maybe more people feel this way, or why do people feel that way? Some of it was real, some of it was just hate or deriding, right? At
Yeah.
the same time. But that's any I see like some like cane corsos and some other any kind of breed. You get that even in
Dobermans.
the car scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the car scenes too. Yeah, Dobermans. Like you got the color people and the non-color people and standard. And there's one guy that comments, "Not everything is a bulldog."
Yeah.
I'm sure you see him on the page. Like I don't even know if that's a bot or if it's real, but that comment just pops up, right? Like what the fuck?
And see, for oldies, right? And this is just plain facts. Like, not a lot of people know what oldies are, right? When I take them to, let's say, to Home Depot, Tractor, hey, that's a badass bulldog. Like, what? I know it's not an English bulldog because he's a little bit too tall for it, but um. So he's like, it's either English bulldog or American bulldog. I'm like, oh well, neither. It's an oldie, like, and people don't know unless you own one or own one before. For the most part, not a lot of people know what an actual Old English Bulldog is. They just know Bulldog.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah, and that's what they say too. Oh, the fat ones, the little short fat ones, and they're like, that's what I'm like, no, there's more than that.
yeah, and and for me, it's like, well, at least he looks like a bulldog, so yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, well, there's type, right? He doesn't look like an Old English. Like, honestly, nobody looks like an Old English. Like, they look like a bulldog. Either you're English bulldog or American bulldog. Like, nobody really knows what an Old English is. So, besides, again, the people that own one or own one before.
Yep.
But that's just the argument with him. Like, oh, he's too big. He doesn't look like an Old English bulldog. Like, for me, he does. He looks more AB. He's heavy on the AB. Again, I don't hide anything. His bite,
Yeah.
I don't hide it. You want to do business with me, you do business with me. Right now, like, I had multiple people, even the American Bully breed, hit me up to use them. The reason I haven't used them, like, stud them out, was because, as selfish as it is, I want to use them first. I want
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
see what he throws in, with Chanel, and then maybe try another one if it's not what I'm looking for. Try another female, see where it goes, right? Um, but that's probably one of the reasons, like, you guys haven't seen anything with him, like any production. Is just I'm just being a little bit selfish. I just want to see what he does. Again, he's not a perfect dog. Um, so that's why I'm trying to put it. Which now she's more, like I said, more to the standard and stuff. So that's what I'm trying to get fixed.
Yeah. No,
Um,
and I don't think you're being selfish. Shit, it's your dog. You
yeah.
you want to see what it
No, it's
produces
your
for you
dog.
first. Yeah. You know.
You could chop his
And
nuts off if you want, right? Like you can never breed him if you want.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, definitely. So that's just something, that I've been just holding off on, and like I said, next year I'll release them out to whoever it could help. Right? Again, everybody that breeds should breed responsibly. Um, his bite not perfect, so most likely do not breed to somebody that doesn't have a good bite. Like stuff like that. At the end of the day, whoever's breeding, that's their responsibility. That's their homework. But if they feel like, he helps them out in any way, like, I'm gonna be up for it. Like, I don't care, if you're from Group A, Group B, Group C. Like, man, I ain't about that. Like, if the doc will help you out, I'm here for it.
Yeah,
No,
I
for
think a lot
sure.
of people miss out on good opportunities. They miss out on that because they have that like, oh, I don't like this guy, or I don't like where that dog came from. Even though you can't argue with that dog, right? You can't argue. In general, there's like always dogs out there. You can't argue with them. Like, I don't like them. We're not messing with them. They're not part of our clique. And I'm like, dang, there's like so much potential there. Well, because of whatever, you don't use them. And then you go to a sister's cousin's brother of a dog that is once removed from that blood, and then you use it, and then you put a picture of the dog that you didn't use on the banner and say, "This is who it is." I'm like,
The
nah,
bloodline,
that's
yeah, yeah,
related.
yeah.
Yeah, that ain't that, right? That ain't that. Like, you should just say, "Hey, I don't fuck with you, but I want to use your dog," right? Because I think this is it, right? You start going in circles and you start trying to backdoor people. You get some whack stuff, and it's like, whatever, right? I'm sure Michael Jordan got a brother or a cousin but we don't see him, right?
He,
Like we don't
he,
know that.
yeah, he ain't gonna be nothing
Yeah,
good.
like I'm sorry, that's just the way it goes, right? Like everybody got siblings, but you only hear about one. So I
Yeah.
think that
Th-
happens too.
And that's true. And they'll put Michael Jordan's picture on the post attracting people, but Michael
Yeah.
Jordan's not gonna play.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's they're not even like connected.
Yeah.
That's a nephew. That's a Michael Jordan's brother. So technically, that doesn't touch. Like you
Yeah.
know. And I see people that like advertising, or I kind of get worried like when people advertise the heck out of like the dog's grandpa. Well, who's the dog's dad though? I just hear you see like the grandmother and grandpa. Who sired these pups? I don't care who is related to. Like
Yeah.
who is the mom and the dad of these, right? To me, that's kind of always like red flag. You got some good ones, you could put them, but it's like both solid and they're actually touching, not like 5 gens back and another 6 gens back. Like, that's not really that, you know?
yeah,
Oh,
it's probably already watered down by that time. By the
yeah.
time it gets to like,
Yeah, he's not
Now they
gonna.
wonder why the dogs don't look like the the pictures or the
Yeah,
banner they posted.
yeah. Plus the AI. So then that's
Yeah.
just that's another thing. They're like,
I
what?
got a couple AI accusations for sure. Like, that dog's AI. Like, okay, I mean,
We
Yeah, that-
we do have a question in on Instagram. They're asking any key differences in temperament with the OEB versus American Bulldog. What do you see, Roberto? Since also it's heavy AB, but you have Chanel that is a OD. Is one more fiery than the other, or
I'm gonna be
temperament wise?
honest. I mean, they're all both of them are good, but I'm gonna be honest. Also, it's more chill for sure. If anything, Chanel's the one and she's not aggressive, but she's just hyper. But the temperament itself, both of them are solid. Um, one for sure, it's of course where they came from. Two is like I said, I train my dogs from the get go. Like, hey, humans are no go. You're not gonna be barking at them. You're not gonna be doing this and that. Like, that's just how it is. So, but like I said, for in my experience, um, at least for Oso and Chanel, I mean, the temperament is great. Like Chanel, like I said, she likes to jump on people because she likes to get fucking cuddled. But other than that, I mean, she won't bite anybody. Like,
Yeah, definitely. No, and for the person that's asking, Gregory, um, I don't have oldies, so I won't be able to tell you a temperament of a oldie. But I could tell you about American Bulldog, and you know, I like my dogs to have that on and off switch where when they're hanging out with family, kids, they're chill and cool. But if they feel there's a threat, I want them to turn on quick and be alert and go for that threat. Whether just kind of confront it. Now that's why I like my dogs to think for themselves. Whether if it's a threat, somebody's coming with a weapon or anything, a stick, or whatever, I want them to act. I don't need them just to be barking. But like I said, us in the American Bulldog, we have different types too. You know, um, I like my dogs with legs underneath them, and so when they see my dogs, they think about it twice. Like, oh man, even if I walk them, they'll go around, to the other side of the sidewalk just because they look intimidating. But some of them do approach me, and I'm like, nah, you go ahead. You want to pet them, go for it. They're good, but they do. If they don't feel a person like energy, they'll let me know right away too. Like, I'm not feeling this person. I don't want him to touch me, so I do address it with them. Like, you know what? Don't pet him. Like, he doesn't want to get pet now. So
yeah, just play
yeah,
safe.
yep, no, for sure. Let me see what type of dogs y'all breed. We have another one here at an Instagram Palacio Bully Camp. Uh, GAM American Bulldogs. I breed American Bulldogs. Roberto breeds Old English Bulldogs. Yeah, no, for sure. I do want to bring this picture up, man. And that's because me and you went heads up at the bees. We're the last two standing in
That
there.
badass female you had in there, yeah.
Hey, Where you have this big ass trophy at?
in the shed, bro. I mean, so the funny part, I didn't take the trophy home that night because it didn't fit in my truck. Well, I had an SUV.
Yeah, yeah.
I already had it packed. I didn't know the trophy was that big. So actually, yeah, at Nationals, that's when I got him. I made some space for it, and Chris and Gina brought it over. But it's a big trophy, man. I
It
mean,
is. Yeah,
That's
because
bad.
I was talking with my boy that has Sophia. He lives in up there in Richmond or yeah, somewhere close by over there, right? And he was telling me, he's like, bro, if we win this trophy, I don't got room in my car to put this thing. He's like, where am I gonna take it? I'm like, bro, don't look at me because I'm flying back to Cali. I was like, and he's like, damn. He's like, I was like, well, we'll figure that out once. If she takes it, we'll see, you know. But when you took it, he kind of felt relieved too. Like, hell yeah, I
the
don't gotta carry
trophy.
that thing. Yeah.
No,
Like I don't
honestly,
need to
she
take
was
this trophy.
she was a good female, bro. She looks ripped, from the get go. Like her confidence is there. It's she's definitely a nice dog, bro.
No, no, appreciate it, brother. Yeah, my boy Ray, shout out to him. Mountaineer Bulldogs. He puts in a lot of work on his dogs, man. He likes them ripped like that, and
Is he
same thing
taking
with
them back
her.
or now?
You know what? He's still um debating. Um, you know, once because I'm not gonna make it this year out there, bro. I got different things to do
Other
out
stuff,
here.
yeah.
So I told him I was like, I'm not gonna be able to go out there. So I was like, he's like, damn, bro. He's like, I want to go, but I don't know if I'm gonna take dogs. I was like, take them, bro. Maybe somebody will handle them for you out there. They'll show them and stuff. And he's like, I was like, oh, you do it, And he's like, nah, I can't, bro. He's like, I'm too shy, and I feel, I'm
Time
doing
to bring
something
them
wrong in
down.
there. Yeah, so I was like, nah, that's cool. So he might still show up, show love, and to Gina and Chris. But yeah, bro, that night too, man. I thought we were just gonna be showing dogs, and they got us running around, showing the dogs. I'm like, man,
Doing
I'm running out of
conditioning,
breath
yeah.
here. I was like,
Doing conditioning, yeah.
yeah. So no, it was pretty cool, man. That those trophies were badass, and you know what? Same thing with Sophia. There was a little controversial, like the following day, because Jose posted her, but he didn't say nothing wrong about her. And like we said, hey, we took her for that show. We didn't show her in no confirmation
I
show or
get it.
anything. Like I said, because we know her flaws, but we were taking her for the beast. That's a different
Yeah,
show,
yeah. It's
you know.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, definitely, I get you, bro. Man, what? Let me ask you this, Roberto. Same thing with you guys. There's different types of oldies and stuff. Would you ever consider, let's say, bringing one of those athletic, more bulldogs, oldies into your lines? Like, let's say, once you breed, also to Chanel, and well, for whatever reason, I think they're pretty cool. I like an athletic dog. I like a dog to do things. I like, you know, just they remind me a lot like the American Bulldogs. I think that's why, but I like an impressive dog as well. Is that something that you have considered probably introducing, once you start having pups and, down the line?
And like I said, they're not bad dogs, Tyler. Like I said, they're very athletic. They're nice. Um, so for me, again, it's just gonna go based on what I need that at that time.
Yeah.
Like I said, and I'm gonna be honest. Like for me, I am gonna try to go with the a little bit more stockier oldie, right? But if I feel like if it gets too, I guess too extreme to where I need to bring it down, absolutely. If I need them, I'll definitely reach out to whoever has them. Like I will never say no in the future because you never know what you might need.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
like I said, it just really depends on what I need at that point. One thing I do want is to make them a little bit shorter than also just a tiny bit, maybe like an inch or two. Nothing big. Um, he's at like 22 inches. Um, but I don't want to put him too small to where it could potentially be too much heavy on the English side, English
Yeah,
bulldog
yeah.
side. Like, because then now you go back into square one where maybe those breathing issues are going to be a thing. I mean, we'll see. But like I said, I would definitely not rule it out. Bringing a more athletic dog, if that's something I need in the future for sure.
Yeah. No, that's good, brother. Yeah. Same thing with us, like with the ABs. We breed the Bully Classic American Bulldog. Um, but it like me, I won't disregard, taking some of my dogs to, let's say, a standard American Bulldog. Um, I got to find the right one too. There is a lot of American Bulldog standards that look like terriers. They don't have no bone substance, and I think the American Bulldog, carries that presence like that. Even I've seen standard dogs that have bone. They're athletic and they look nice. So definitely that's good to know, man. That if like you said, some ABs can breed for shit too. They.
Yeah.
And if I start having those issues, definitely I'll probably jump in and bring a standard into the mix just to help them breed better and stuff. But no, it's a whole process. It's-
Okay. Yeah, they got some pretty cool dogs. I talked to them before.
yeah, yeah, no, for sure, brother.
And that's why a lot of people do like the F1 breedings, right, with the American Bulldogs and stuff, because um, everything down the line it's a all these are a composite breed, I mean, you guys probably heard a million times, but um, as time goes by, you start watering down on certain traits, and sometimes that's why people go back to the American Bulldog, to try to get those traits back, and then um, a lot of people are like, oh well, F1s and they're not all decent stuff. Like, man, like you gotta understand that sometimes you need to go back. You gotta go back to a drawing board. Hey, I'm lacking on this. Let me go back. But like I said, like definitely for me, I'm gonna try to stay away from American Bulldogs as possible. Not because I don't like them. It's just um I won't be doing a lot of breedings, right?
Yeah, yeah,
My goal is more of the quality over the actual quantity. I want to say, a lot of people, like, oh, be throwing them left and right, and good for them, But at the same time, for me, I wanted to become. I'm already starting for my opinion. I'm already starting with a good line from Chris and Gina, because they're in the direction that I want to go with, so I'm gonna try to stay there. And like I said, I think by decreasing a little bit of the breedings, it'll help me kind of stay to where I want it to be at. Like I don't want to do too many breedings all at once. I want to make sure the quality is there.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
to be
for
honest,
sure.
anybody could breed. Anybody could breed. But you just want to make sure you're breeding quality, um, good health, temperament, structure. And for me, I mean, as crazy as it is, I want the presence to be there. Like I want to be like, oh, that's a nice dog. Like not just, hey, that's a nice standard dog. I want to be like, that's a nice dog. I want one of those.
You want that wow factor, the
I mean, whether you like it or not, bro. I mean, the home buyers, those are your customers. That's your main thing. Very rare will another breeder pay for your dog because one, maybe their ego, or two, like, nah, I could probably build that better or whatever. At the end of the day, it's you have what the people want, um, and that'll be it. Like
yeah, no,
that's
for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, pet home people are the ones, you
That's
want
the
something that
market.
looks cool, right? They're not gonna focus too much, like if it's standard or not. They don't know, and it's not maybe because that they don't like it, but just that they don't know, right? So they're not gonna.
absolutely.
Chances are they're not gonna breed it. Chances are they're not gonna show it. But like to them, you bring something home and you want your friends to be like, "Whoa, what is that?" Right? They don't know that it's 6 inches too big for the breed. They don't know that it's 9 inches too small for the breed, but it looks cool, right? And like, oh, that's American Bulldog. It's only 16 inches, right? Or that's an oldie and it's 26 inches. Like they have no idea, but it looks cool to them, right? Um, or like that's you want like that statement, right? Like that's why some people buy, certain dogs. I think that's why like a lot of the designer and the color dogs, because you could buy right a dog, but if it has spots and long hair and one blue eye, that's more like doesn't necessarily mean it fits anything or has
Yeah,
those traits have a purpose, but that's what people want, right?
you
Like,
know.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
And
why people have sports cars that are yellow and red.
and
That's
absolutely,
what it is.
absolutely, I agree with that, bro. Like home buyers, right? They want the color, they look for stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna try to breed as close to the standard, but I personally, in my own opinion, I feel the standard is not where it's supposed to. It just doesn't make sense. All the parts where they get everything and they want this perfect dog, but these specific dogs don't have, they're not perfect themselves. So for me, that's why, like, my goal will be breed to the standard, but in my way, just a little bit stockier, like bigger head, nothing crazy, but just bigger head, just bigger. Again, going towards the standard, right? And like you said, I could care less about color, but home buyers, hey, I like this try, I like this chocolate one, I like this. I mean, also it's just a fun, it's just a fun, but I personally like just natural color, just
The
uh,
standard color. Yeah,
just nothing exotic, no try. And don't get me wrong, they're beautiful dogs, but that's not something that I personally look for, like.
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, same with us. Like we don't breed for color. When we do get customers, I usually will recommend them to Martin since he breeds color and stuff. I'll be like, I don't have black or blue or chocolate dogs. My colors are standard colors, and that's what I have. If
I mean, that's
Yeah,
how it should be,
yeah,
like, hey man, I don't have it, but this person carries it,
yeah,
like I mean, I've done that. I tell people like, hey, I haven't bred these guys or anything, but this is what you're looking for. That these are the persons that you need to talk to. 'Cause at the end of the day, I mean, if you don't have it, you don't have it.
yeah,
If you have what the peoples want, cool. If not, you know, hey, this person, even if you don't like the person, again, like, right? Because it for me is like, why wouldn't I like a person because of their dog or whatever? But
yeah, yeah,
um or I guess not in your group. Hey, now this type of person um carries those type of dogs. Like that's how it
yeah,
should be. Like you said, you send them to Martin because they have more of the color that they're looking for, and I mean,
yeah.
that's
No, definitely.
yeah.
respectable.
Yeah, or any breed, like they say, oh, what about this guy? Hey, I could, recommend to the people that I do know, right? Or do I have done business with a person you're talking, I have never done business with them. That's it. Because then on the flip side, some people will be like, oh, no, this guy, and don't go to this guy, and if you talk to this guy, and don't, and like, well, I didn't, I'm not here for that. I could just say, hey, recommendation, I don't have puppies. If you want to wait, this is what I have. This is when we will, have, but you can go XYZ. Those people you're asking me about never done business, couldn't tell you, right? And
Yeah,
should be
yeah,
should be simple as that, but
Yeah.
somebody broke somebody's heart, and I
and
don't
like,
I don't know.
like you said, Roberto. Like I don't breed. I don't have litters constantly. There's sometimes a year or 2 years that I don't have puppies, right? But I have people reaching out that looking for dogs. I'll be like, oh, but hold on, somebody that I know has pups. Here, let me talk to them. See if you're interested. I could put something together for you guys. Then usually I'll send that customer to them. There's times that they do, lock in that sale. Sometimes, the customer will reach back and be like, "Hey, you know what? I did talk to him. I just didn't feel the same energy. I'll just wait till you have a litter and stuff." And man, this, breeding dogs, man, it's a science to it because sometimes you could do all the right things and you think, man, okay, I think I got it, and nothing. She don't end up getting pregnant,
Yeah,
you know?
I like that you want to go do that little course in North Carolina, bro. Like, like for you to take time out of your time and actually travel, like, um, i- is you're learning more about the procedure, right? Like the
Yeah,
procedures and
definitely.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's badass, bro. You
And
guys
you know
should have
what?
done a video. You guys should have done like a whole video about it because it's very interesting. When I saw you guys do it, it was you and the other guy. I don't know his name, but
Yeah,
that was
we
pretty
forgot
cool.
his name, bro. We don't.
I don't know his name either.
You know. No, yeah, it was a good course, bro. A lot of learning experience in there, and definitely, bro. But hey, if people want to know, hey, subscribe to the channel, man. I'll have little private videos, got questions, whatever. I'll put something up and stuff. But hey, you know what? Something interesting that I found out about that course is that a lot of the I guess the knowledge and the work that was put in to create that course. Hey, shout out to Chris, man, because he helped out put that together, man. And I didn't know about it, Uh Chris hit me up and he offered me a couple of things that that the course offer. And I probably take him on his word and purchase some of his stuff that he was offering me. And we talked, he was asking what things if it had changed, and I was like, no, the freezing the semen is still the French way. And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah. So that was pretty cool. That's pretty interesting to find out, that he was part of it to create some of that content for the guy that hosts those seminars and stuff. So it was pretty cool, man. So shout out to
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, the more you know, right? And that's what's about
Yeah,
the
definitely.
community. And aside from all the BS,
Yep.
right? Like having those people with, with like minds or interests, put stuff aside and give into the breed. At the end of the day, that's what it's supposed to be, right? To make it better, to learn more. Everybody has something to share, which is
And
pretty cool.
and at the end, I did it for myself, bro. I didn't did it to try to make some money out of it or anything. Shit, now I offer the service, cool, but I ain't selfish. Gam will tell you, man. He'll hit me out like, bro, I got you. Don't trip. Let me go down there. I could practice and shit.
Yeah.
Don't trip.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
just recently we were over here, and that's what and again, that's what it's about. Me too. Like we're learning, I'm learning. Like, let me see, this is what we have
yeah,
from this. Okay, cool. And then I was talking to the other guy, like, hey, this is what it is. And he's like, oh yeah, because of this. I was like, I knew I wasn't tripping. Like we had done this prior, and we ran into the same kind of thing. So just
yeah,
knowledge is power.
definitely, yeah,
Yeah, you could always learn something new every day, man. Even if you think you're an expert or seasoned, you might always learn a new trick.
yeah,
That's how it
exactly,
is.
bro. And
Yeah.
that's one thing because I already got hit up for a couple of people like American breeders. They thought I was gonna be storing semen. And I shut him down, bro. I told him, nah, the only semen I'm gonna be storing is mine. you know. So I
Yeah.
was like, it's gonna be my dogs, and that's it. I was like, I don't want to have to deal with all that. But I did offer. I was like, hey, man, you know what? You fly me out to where you're at, and I'll teach you guys how to do it. I'll tell you what equipment, what to buy, what tanks, and I'll show you how to do it. And you store your own semen, so you guys could learn. And then if you guys need to, free semen your own, you have your tanks and go for it.
Boom.
Yeah.
Someone
There goes.
Martin. Gotta invest in education. There you go.
Yeah. And learning is key, bro. Every time, hey, I'm still learning, and it's a lot of knowledge out there, and I'm like a sponge. I like to grasp, different knowledge. I like to hear different people. You know, um, some people might say the same thing, just phrase it different, that you might understand it better than the other person, who said it and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Gabe, you got anything else for Roberto? I know we're coming in already into our hour, man.
Nah, man, this is cool. I know I had some connection issues and stuff and some things to do, but I appreciate you, taking the time, hanging out with us, answering questions, man. It was good. So nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, definitely, Roberto. Hey, hopefully we catch up, brother. Maybe I'll be down in Florida and hit you up and stuff. But hey, give them again your IG, your Facebook, your store, bro, so I could get some merch.
Your
On face,
WhatsApp.
not that one. That was too crowded already. Now, on Facebook, Roberto Samaniego. I do have my brown label Bulldogs page there. Instagram Bobby.Samaniego. I do have some oldie merch right now. Brownlabel.store. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything in the future, let me know. Hit me up. And I appreciate you, Danny and Gam, for having me over. Thank you very much, brothers.
No, for sure. Thank you,
Thanks,
Roberto.
man.
We'll catch you guys next Wednesday. We'll have another guest up here. But hey, Gam, thank you, brother, for being here like always every Wednesday.
Sure. Thanks, Dennis. We'll see you, Robert.
All right, Robert.
Later.